From CNN, big brands are pulling back on Pride merchandise and events this year. Now, what do you think is happening? Well, what's happening right now? It's almost as if the big brands and Targets and the Walmarts and the Nikes are pulling back for some reason. Now, they're going to tell you it's because of that dastardly Donald Trump. No, it's not. That's not the reason. Okay, it wasn't profitable because parents didn't appreciate targeting their children. That's what happened. Now, as this is happening, simultaneously, this is happening. GOP resolution declares June Family Month instead of Pride Month. Oh, well, maybe there is a sort of, backlash. Maybe there's a backlash. And I have one thing that it'll kind of prove it. Hang on a second. Republican Illinois Congresswoman Mary Miller will introduce a resolution on Tuesday declaring June as, quote, Family Month, close quote, a bid to reclaim the first month of summer from LGBTQ ideology. The resolution is supported by a number of parental rights advocacy groups, including Moms for America, the American Family Project, and Family Research Council, the Eagle Forum, and others. It's co-sponsored by Republican reps Michael Cloud, Harriet Hagman, Barry Moore, Diana Hashberger, Randy Weber, Troy Nails, Mark Harris, and Michael Rulli. Quote, the American family is under relentless attack from the radical leftist agenda that seeks to erase truth, redefine marriage, and confuse our children. By recognizing June as Family Month, we reject the lie of pride and instead honor God's timeless and perfect design. If we truly want to restore our nation, we must stand united to protect and uphold the foundation upon which it was built, the family. The resolution comes amid heavy pushback against gender ideology from President Donald Trump's administration. The president has enacted multiple executive orders banning transgender procedures for children, men and women's sports and spaces, and inappropriate sexual or gender content in schools. The Daily Wire first reported on Monday that the Education Department declared June Title IX month in recognition of the 53rd anniversary of the historic legislation passage, opting out of the celebrating Pride Month, as President Joe Biden's administration had done. Miller's resolution is a strongly worded repudiation of the ideology gender principles pushed by activists over the last decade. It describes the traditional nuclear family as, quote, the foundation of a healthy society, close quote, and states that mothers and fathers play a crucial and irreplaceable role in the upbringing of their children. Wow, that sounds radical. It also states that the, quote, best environment for children to thrive is a home with a married mother and father. That too sounds radical. It points to the high divorce rate in the United States and the rise of young people delaying or foregoing marriage and family, pointing out that, quote, many tax and welfare policies encourage cohabitation and penalize couples for getting married. There are welfare policies that the woman can't get any money if a man is living there. If you have a man, and let's say that he is chronically ill for whatever reason, you won't get any welfare. So they stop subsidizing your bad behavior if you have a man in the house. Quote, The birth rate in the United States is falling below the replacement levels needed to replenish the population and sustain the economy. Quote, the month of June was first declared as Pride Month by President Bill Clinton in 1999. Put a pin in that. And has been done so since President Barack Obama and Joe Biden rejecting the importance of marriage and family. The resolution reads, noting that since then, Americans are inundated with perverse Pride Month displays and events throughout the month of June that denigrate the nuclear family, close quote. I want to point something out here. It was enacted in 1999. Why the backlash? There was no backlash in 2000, 2002, 2004, 2005. Nobody said anything. Nobody said anything in 2010 or 2012 or 2013. Nobody said anything. It wasn't until like 2017, 18, 2020 where they started targeting children. And when they started targeting children, people rebelled. It's really their own fault. They not only were they celebrating it, they were elevating it. It wasn't enough to celebrate it. They had to elevate. Hold on a second. I'm wondering if you guys remember this. That was at the White House. Yes, they were celebrating, okay? And this person that you see in the white dress there, well, this person wanted to expose their breasts to the cameras, and they did. And that person was banned from the White House. And everybody was kind of surprised, as if they didn't see that happening. It's like, of course that's going to happen. I'm telling you, when they started taking children to gay bars, 8, 9, 10-year-old children to gay bars, drag queen story hour. When they started targeting children, that's when people had had enough. Pay very close attention. At the same time, the resolution argues Americans who, quote, hold to a traditional view of marriage and family are often disparaged, close quote, and the decline of marriage and family has corresponded to the rise in crime, drug abuse, and other social ills. The resolution quotes John Adams, who wrote to the Massachusetts militia in October 1798 that, quote, our Constitution was made only for a moral and religious people. It is wholly inadequate to a government of any other, close quote. That's where we are. That quote right there describes everything that's happening in this country. Our Constitution was made only for a moral and religious people. And I'm telling you, I'm going to put a finer tune on it. It's not just moral, it's Christians. The entirety of Western civilization, jurisprudence, was wholly religious. And now you have an entire country that not only rejects that, they reject God. Not only do they reject God, they reject the founders and their building of the country. You would think that they would stop with just rejecting the framers. They don't. They reject God. They reject America. They reject The Second Amendment, the First Amendment, they reject the Electoral College. They reject everything that makes America America, up to and including God. So it's no surprise that the family was on the chopping block. Hey, it was bound to happen. When you started marketing toward children, this was inevitable. It was always going to happen. And by the way, don't blame us. Okay? You had no business being on the White House South Lawn exposing yourself to the public. They couldn't contain themselves. What happened? Stop targeting our children. That's what happened. Okay? That was the turning point. All right, that's it for now. If you like this video, smash the like button and subscribe. And if you're following me on Rumble, please press that follow button. And until the next time, God bless.